Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. What's happening? Back at it. Yep, didn't do it. Told you wasn't going to do it. Didn't do it. Thank you for joining us on Sidney Rhodes Show on this, what's the day? Hard to say it. I didn't do it. I said I wasn't going to do it. Look, you got to take a stand sometime about something. Just decided that this year, out of respect for the indigenous people, just wasn't going to do it. Wasn't a slice of turkey in this place. Didn't do it. Now, again, like we talked about, it's not easy. You got family and friends. You got so much to be thankful for. You're blessed. All that's true. But you got to take a stand sometimes. Got to take a stand on the Sidney Rhodes Show. So we didn't do it. So my stomach is fine. I ain't got no stomach ache. I didn't get no itis. I'm cool and the gang. You heard me. But we're going to talk about why and some of the things that I was thinking about. We're going to talk about that tonight. Some of the things that helped me get to that good place today where I said, no, history is speaking. And everything that was done, you're still seeing it perpetuated today, so it's not over. It ain't over. It ain't over. So you can't just wash it away so easily. And so today, decided, just ain't going to do that Thanksgiving thing. Just not this year, not this year, not this year. I ain't decided about Christmas yet. I ain't decided. But I didn't do the Thanksgiving. So welcome. I'm glad you chose to spend this time with the Sidney Rhodes Show. It's an honor to have you here. We're going to talk about this Thanksgiving thing a little bit. We're going to break down some history. That's right. Have some fun. Smile a little bit. Get your popcorn and your thinking caps ready. You are on the right road with the Sidney Rhodes Show. You can always join our conversation at 917-725-4241. Chat with us. Link up with us. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Twitter, at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Brought to you by Increased Solution. Improving yourself, your company, your organization. Taking things forward to the next level. No Thanksgiving today, though. Nope. We're going to talk about why. Thank you for being here. Sidney Rhodes Show. It's going to be a great night. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, thank you for being here. So we're going to talk about some of this history here as to why we should, up our sensitivity a little bit. We got to up our sensitivity a little bit, brothers, sisters, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, happens to one, it can happen to another. And I mean, that's just right there on the line. Before I go, too far down that line, again, definitely admitting, conceding the point that there's so much to be thankful for, and that we do have a right and responsibility, I would think, to count your blessings and to spend time reflecting on the good things that have happened, and even the things that have allowed you the opportunity to grow and expand, right? I mean, that's a cool thing, right? That's not bad. That's, I think those are good lessons for life, good lessons for humanity in general. At the same time, just being honest, right? I mean, just having a wide perspective to just say, okay, well, yeah, but there's still some other stuff that just ain't really cool. And am I supposed to just be blind to that? Can't acknowledge it, can't look at it? I mean, where'd that come from? You're supposed to have to be able to smile your 24 hours, 7 days a week. And if you're going to talk about something that ain't going to make you smile, there's something wrong. That childish stuff got to stop. Because that's the stuff, in my opinion. Now, you can weigh in on this. You can weigh in on this. Sidney Rhodes Show, we welcome debate. But that kind of corny stuff is the junk, in my opinion, that gets you duped. Because cats that's analyzing and systematically looking at your thing, and you just worrying about being giddy, it's very easy to be the puppet master if the puppet is unaware of the game. Did he say it? Did he say it? Class is in session. I mean, that's just real talk. That's just real talk. You unaware of what's happening, it make it real easy for somebody to dictate to you, for somebody to profit off of you. And I mean, when we talk about profit, I mean, profit. And I ain't talking about the dude with a cane and a long outfit. I could have said some other things. No, I'm talking about profit ism. Because when we look at part of the reason why I wasn't eating no turkey today is because of that profit. Because when that gets in the way of being decent to one another, or gets in the way of even acknowledging I mean, you know, if you got something that's a tragedy in history, a catastrophic moment in history, and it gets washed aside so that you can laugh and play and then get yourself to the mall early the next day. Now again, Sidney Rhodes Show, 917-725-4241. You don't have to agree. We just kick these perspectives around. Just think about it. But doesn't that seem like a weird thing to you? I mean, isn't there something robotic about that to you? Like it's almost as if, you know, you're doing something that you believe it's because it's your choice. You know, I'm doing it because I want to do it. It's what I want to do. I mean, isn't it interesting that millions of other people that just happen to have that same thought that I'm doing it because that's what I want. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going. And millions of people doing the same thing at the same time. I mean, is that control, or is that a puppet on a string? Now I'm asking a question. Because, I mean, I'm not saying I ain't never been sitting down and enjoying Thanksgiving. I'm not claiming that that's been my routine every year. I've had some nice Thanksgivings around with the family and friends. I mean, you know, hey, I've been right there watching the football game, talking about we going to do this, going to do that. People talking about they getting ready, where they going to be in the morning, first thing, or, you know, a couple hours where who going to be open so they can go get the shop on. I mean, you know, we done have been around that. Not today, though. Not today. Not today. But just you know, the perspective that is that really you deciding? And if it is, okay, you have a right to that. You have a right to that. But where'd it come from? Do you care where it came from? And by not caring, where's that getting you? Broke, in debt, ain't happy. Keep doing the same thing, get the same results. So, you know, we just look at what's really happening, take a good look at it, and see, you know, we might be able to find some truth together. That's why we get together on the Sidney Rhodes Show. And not because I'm saying everything that you got to agree of. You know, we just toss these things around. But there's some history here. So we're going to take our time and walk through some of these pieces of history of good old Thanksgiving. And why Sidney Rhodes said, nope, ain't doing that doggone Thanksgiving this year. Just ain't going to do it. We appreciate you being here. You connect with us Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow Twitter, at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. 917-725-4241. Come on and call me. Tell me how you think, I should just be, I'm going to celebrate Thanksgiving. That's all I'm going to do. I don't care what you say. We had a great time. And, you know, go and tell me. It's cool. It's cool. I understand. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Yes. So let's get into some of this history here. Thank you for being with us. All right, this is from Indians.org. Now, before I even I take a little side step here before I even get into that. Couple books I want to throw at you, just for perspective's sake. I just want you to have that reference in your mind before we go down this other road. I want you to have the reference in your mind of Lerone Bennett Jr.'s book, Before the Mayflower. I want to have in your mind They Came Before Columbus by Mr. Ivan Van Sertima. Okay, just want that out there in your mind before we go down this other road. You with me? Holla if you hear me. Sidney Rhodes Show. Okay, so from Indians.org, which is also an interesting title, but let's take it for what it's worth, and let's look at it from all the angles, even the title. Thanksgiving. For many of us, thinking about Thanksgiving makes us think of the first Thanksgiving between the Indians and the Pilgrims. There are many versions of this story, though. But many of us know the one thing we were taught in school, that in 1621, America would have their very first Thanksgiving dinner between the two different groups. Today it's celebrated on the fourth Thursday in November, except by Sidney Rhodes. Continuing, the very first Thanksgiving was to celebrate a treaty between the Pilgrims and the Indians. Okay? According to the article, this was a large feast that had enough food to feed everyone for weeks. On the table, fowl such as geese, turkey, swans, duck, etc. There were lots of meat, vegetables, and grains provided by both the Indians and the Pilgrims. Everyone had a wonderful celebration, and every time I say that word Indians, I'm doing it advice. I'm reading the article, okay? I'm reading the article, but we understand the word Indian ain't correct. Ain't and is not. Both of them. It ain't and it is not. Okay? So, you know, I've been using Indigenous out of respect. Native American, you know, I mean, it's a little better. But Indian definitely ain't the case. I mean, you know, there's a place called India. I mean, there is a place called India. But when cats get lost and just mislabel people, that's pretty disrespectful to keep that rolling. But I'm reading, okay? I'm just reading. But just to let you know that the Sidney Rhodes Show is trying to be respectful of, you know, a pursuit of enlightenment. Holla if you hear me. You know, classes in session. Yes, Lord. Okay, so both the Indians and the Pilgrims, everyone had a wonderful celebration, certainly a wonderful meal. The Native Indians, according to the article, the Native Indians even signed a paper stating that the Pilgrims had a right to Plymouth. Okay? Thanksgiving to the Native American Indians may not mean the same thing that it did to the white settlers in American history. To the Indians, Thanksgiving would mean a totally different thing. This was the beginning of their end. A time where they had given up their land in return for gifts that were full of diseases, which would kill many of them later down the road. Now, part of the reason why I selected this article here, even though it's using the word Indian, etc., well, you know, I wanted to have the perspective that, you know, on this website, Indian.org, that's a widely missed point. I'll read it again. This was the beginning of their end, talking about this first Thanksgiving celebration. A time where they had given up their land in return for gifts that were full of disease, which would kill many of them later down the road. That's a heck of a thing, brothers and sisters. That's a heck of a thing. That's a heck of a thing. I mean, you know, now we are fortunate that we have this technology, you know, where you can Google the gifts that were given. You can Google those blankets and things like that were full of disease. Other gifts that were full of disease. I mean, killing folks with a gift. Just let that wash over you for a second. Sidney Rhodes Show.
Tell me if I got it wrong, but you don't wanna be alone. Spend the evening by yourself, but you'll miss me when it's getting late. Got it all, babe. Save arms when you're ready. I'm here when you need me. I'm yours if you'll let me. Got it all, babe. Save arms when you're ready. I'm here when you need me. I'm yours if you let go, boy. Loving is a safe card. You don't have to play hard. Love and let go, boy. You don't have to play smart. We can take it slow. You know it. Every time it's a blessing, and I know we can take it to the next level. If you let go,
Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. So glad you're here. Thank you for being here. So yeah, you know, this is continuing with that article, Indians.org. Again, you know, just not really liking that title. Not thinking that's very respectful or accurate, but let's continue there. Let's continue there. So what y'all think so far? Let me know. Yeah, it's pretty deep, right? Pretty deep. That last line, you know, had given up their land in return for gifts that were full of disease, which would kill many of them later down the road. Wow. Yeah. Good old Thanksgiving. I mean, none of, you know, who's perfect, right? Who's perfect? Okay, this is not an indictment on a certain people and then saying another group of people that they're so great. You know, this is more what we do on Sidney Rhodes Show. We just open it up. We all done made some jacked up moves. The problem we have on this program is when people act like that ain't the way it really went, as if the hands were always clean. I prefer that we all just admit that there's some jacked up stuff going on that has happened. is happening and probably gonna keep on happening. I prefer that if I go to the doctor, brother or sister give me a good physical where they telling me how my numbers are on or off. I don't want to hear everything is fine if everything ain't fine. I want a clean bill of health because that's what's accurate. That's what's the real deal. That's the nitty and the gritty. You ain't gonna fill my head up. And it's the same thing with the history. Okay? I mean, if you made a mistake, you made a mistake. Did you learn from it? Did you correct it? Did you do something about it? Okay? Did you be dismissive? I mean, what's that? Where they do that at? Right here and around you, up and down, left and right. And so that's why on this program, when I say right here, I wouldn't know about this program. On this program, we take it to task. We go to school with it. Class be in session on the real deal. But it's all around us in the information that we are receiving and even the activities that we indulge in. And sometimes, they're just oblivious to what's really going on. And something's wrong with that. And that's why I did not indulge in Thanksgiving this year. That's why. Just, in my own way, just taking a little stance. I mean, I'm trying to get better every day. I'm trying to grow every day. So we do. That's what it's all about. I want you to join us on that voyage. We get better every day. A little better today than we were yesterday. Okay. As I was saying. So, Indians.org. The white settlers would see this as a friendship being started, knowing that without the help of the Native American Indians, they would never have survived the rough winter. Continuing with the article. It was time of celebration with family and friends and being thankful that they were still around to do it. Today we celebrated with our own family with turkey, yams, and ham. It concludes by saying, Thanksgiving will always be remembered as a time when the Native American Indians and Pilgrims sat at a long table and ate together, sharing everything they had with one another. Sharing everything. But we ain't got to jack one another. I mean, for real though. If we're going to sit down at a table of brotherhood, sisterhood, we're going to sit down as one people, and you plotting on me, you understand? You have other plans for who going to run this table. I mean, hey, have you looked at a map? You looked at a map? Stuff is carved up. Am I just making this up? I'm not making it up. Just look at a map. How'd them lines get there? Yeah, class in session. How them lines get there? Gonna get me all agitated on such a wonderful day. Getting me agitated. Did you have the vote for how that line got there? City, state, country, nation. You go back and look at the history, look at the continents, and don't have me go back to the motherland, how that was chopped up and divided up. That history is right and exact. Just look at it. Artificial lines. A cat was on a horse and went from this spot to that spot. Cat could walk from this spot to that spot. Cat was following the buffalo, could go from this spot to that spot. Now all of a sudden there's a line, and that line gonna mean something. Where is the line? Who put the line there? How'd that line get there? I don't see it. I've traveled all over the country. Where are the lines at? Oh, but they there. Oh, but they there. Doggone invisible lines zapping me. Laser beams. What's up with that? I mean, it's like, man, a country with an elevator. Except the door keeps shutting even though the light is on. Laser. Get it? Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. So I, tried to take a second to, I got a little agitated before the break. I got a little agitated. And I said, well, let me kind of sip on my water and calm down a little bit. And it didn't work. It just didn't work. Like, what's going on, man? You know, just relax a little bit. Why I got to relax? That's what's bothering me. That right there is what's bothering me. I'm talking about having respect for an entire culture. And I chose today to show respect. Why I gotta fight my own feeling about talking about it? That's what's bothering me right now. Why I can't just say what I want to say without fighting through it in my own body, in my own spirit, in my own mind? Like, you can't talk. See, that's the same junk where people talk about, well, if you're African, you can't talk about slavery no more. That's the same junk. But another man talk about whatever he want to talk about. Another lady can talk about whatever they want to talk about. She would talk about what she want to talk about. Man, woman talk about their culture, but come to this, oh, you can't, that's old, that's a... Stop that madness. Tell your story. Sidney Rhodes Show. Tired of that junk. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney Rhodes. Follow at Sidney Rhodes Show. The right road, Sidney Rhodes Show. The Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Yeah, I can hear somebody thinking out there. I can hear it. I can hear it. They said, oh, yeah, I know your problem. You sipping on that water. You should have been sipping on something else. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, you don't want to have no Thanksgiving, Sid, but if you would have came to our house, you wouldn't have been sipping on no water. Okay, I hear you. Funny. I don't drink, though. I don't drink. I got to have a sober mind to do what I do. I gotta have a sober mind. But that is funny, though. Yeah, you try to take a break and calm down to sipping on water. I thought you were smarter than that. I thought you knew that there's some other things that could help that out a little better, Sid. Dang. You trying to calm down. That's pretty funny. Okay, you got me on that one. Back to the regular scheduled program. All right, so let's move on. Got another little piece here. This is coming from tribaldirectory.org. A little bit more about our history with the Thanksgiving. Okay, so let's dig in a little bit deeper. Here we go. A holiday steeped in both tradition and folklore, Thanksgiving was first celebrated in 1621. The first American Thanksgiving was held in celebration and thanks of the harvest that the Plymouth colony was blessed with after having had such a harsh winter. The colonists celebrated the day in the spirit of traditional English harvest festivals as proclaimed by Governor William Bradford. The local, I'm going to spell the name of the tribe, Wampanoag. I'm sure there's a English pronunciation. I'm sure there's also a pronunciation that's more authentic, but that's the English spelling of it. That's the original local tribe that was involved with this initial Thanksgiving, okay? They were invited to take part in the celebration as well. This would be the first official celebration of days of Thanksgiving in America. Abraham Lincoln made Thanksgiving a national holiday in 1863. Thanksgiving was initially set for the last Thursday in November. However, Franklin Delano Roosevelt switched it to the fourth Thursday in the same month to allow merchants the opportunity to reap the financial benefits of a long holiday season. Now, see, this is where let me just tell you, this is right here is where we grow this Sidney Rhodes show. We're gonna work hard, give you good shows, but this is why we got to grow it. Because if I say that according to, and I'm reading the tribaldirectory.org, and I give a line like that, and it's true, I want to hear from you to help substantiate it and say, okay, well, yeah, it's true, and this is why. If you believe that it's inaccurate, then this is when you call in, this is when you chat, this is when you present opposing research, and then we come to the truth, okay? Because that's a heck of a thought right there. I mean, if that can stand. Now, because I present something does not mean I'm necessarily co-signing for it. That's not how it works on Sidney Rhodes shows. So you can just take that out your mind. I can present a case, and we can present the many angles how we look at it. Remember our Leonardo da Vinci. You know, we got shadows, angles, and light, right? We put in perspective together. We put angles together to come to the truth. But doggone it, if we getting back to this profit, we getting back to the system of capitalism, we're getting back to divide, conquer, and profit off of, we're getting back to that puppet master, we're getting back to that, okay? And we're looking at this thing, and then we're trying to dig. So this is where we need your input. This is where we need you to provide your body of knowledge. Because according to what we're getting here from tribaldirectory.org, Thanksgiving was initially set for the last Thursday of November. However, Franklin Delano Roosevelt switched it to the fourth Thursday in the same month to allow merchants the opportunity to reap the financial benefits of a long holiday season. I mean, some things don't go together unless they already go together. Some things don't go together unless they go together. You got to coordinate. You got to coordinate. So what does that have to do with that? What does this have to do with this? Unless there's already something else in the mix. I mean, it's the same thing to coming up on December 25th. That's one of the things, right? That's one of the things. We talked about the mixture of politics, religion, history. I mean, we can talk more about that later, but we've thrown it out there a couple times. But just feel me on that. Because you still wondering, what in the world does that and all of the expense have to do with that? You know, a manger, a savior, and the mall. I mean, how does it fit so nicely? How? Maybe inherently something else was going on. You feel me? But that's why I'm saying, who's in control here? But that's why, again, although I'm not doing the Thanksgiving, I'm admitting the blessing, such as the First Amendment right now, to just even voice these concerns. So I'm not oblivious to, I'm very cognizant of that there are definitely rights that we enjoy if you're listening to this program in the States. Hey, that's a great thing. Like I said, you can run off at the mouth somewhere else and your butt could really get jacked up. You know. So it's a great thing to even be able to talk this way. That's a great thing. So we are blessed in that sense. So you should use it. For real though. And then we use it to mine, like digging, right? Digging. To mine down to see how can we better raise a generation of proper thinkers who can develop a just society. See, we come back to how can we have them bear fruit if they don't have a good tree? If we don't have the proper knowledge and understanding to enlighten the next generation. You know, you're passing the keys, but you got to make sure that something was, the proper training went into that, or else you're giving the child a very dangerous weapon, because that vehicle can not only, their lack of knowledge and training driving that vehicle, you feel me now, you feel me, right? They can endanger themselves and others. So you don't just give the keys without the training. It's the same thing when we were talking about the protests in the street. Not my president, not my president, not my president. Do you understand what you're saying? Do you really believe what you're saying? Do you understand the potential consequences of what you're saying? Is that the best way to do it? These are all things that have to be strategically understood, planned and understood before you jump out there. Why? Because there are consequences to all behavior. So it's not, after you go through it systematically, you might say, yep, that's the best thing to do. Get your butt out there and do it. That's the best thing to do. Get out there and do it. But if you just operate out of emotion, that to me sounds awful. That's got a lot of puppet to it. It got a little puppet to it. What you think? Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. And, you know, that's why everybody has to do their own thing, right? You know, I'm grateful that you're here, but you know, I mean, everybody got to do their thing. That's just how it's got to be, right? I mean, we can't be vindictive in that way, right? I mean, we talk about what we talk about, but we're gonna hold that same thing. You know, I mean, you take it or leave it alone, right? I mean, this is not a dictatorship. This is a meeting of the mind, right? This is a meeting of the soul, meeting of the spirit. You know, we come together for the truth. You know what I mean? It's a collaborative effort, but you can take it or leave it alone. You know, like I said, this is my choice today to say, well, hey, just wasn't going to do it. So we walking through some history here, and let's go a little further on that. Let's go a little further because there are some pretty deep points that we want to get to. So again, from tribaldirectory.org, let's talk a little bit more about this history here. Okay, so according to the write-up here, as the honored guest of Captain Miles Standish, and then remember the spelling of the original tribe's name, Wampanoag, okay, Squanto, and here's another tribe name, Massasoit. So you have 3 tribes. They were asked to bring their immediate families along for the feasting and the merriment. Remember, this is the first Thanksgiving. A little history. Okay, so Captain Standish underestimated just how many constituted immediate family. The 3 tribes brought nearly 100 members of their tribe with them. Obviously, Standish and the Pilgrims were ill prepared to feed so many people for 3 days. Gracefully, the tribe Massasoit saw this and sent his men home to bring back more food and supplies. Okay, maybe I don't have that right then. Okay, so let's get this straight then. Let's get this straight. Maybe that's not the tribe name. Maybe that's one of the tribal leaders' names of the same tribe. Well, again, we'll get it straight. It's not going to change the deal, what we're going to talk about, though. But either way, we have 3 entities, and the article is clear on that point. He sent them home to bring back more food and supplies. His generosity provided the majority of the foodstuffs that would be feasted upon the first Thanksgiving feast: turkeys, fish, deer, beans, cornbread, and soup, berries, and squash. Okay. The Wampanoag compromised and ate the table with the Pilgrims rather than on their customary mats and furs. For once, there was a peaceful accord among them all. Now, we're going to go further and say, well, why, we got these different names, and yeah, that's right. I'm struggling through it to prove the point that it's stuff you ain't been taught, stuff I ain't been taught. That's why we struggling through it, because it's unfamiliar, and that's the problem. So yeah, I'm going to struggle through it because we're going to break through so we can learn something. Struggling, that's how you get the progress. So the names aren't familiar. Nope, not familiar. The people aren't familiar. Nope, not familiar. Well, see, that's the problem. That's the inherent problem. So I'm pushing through. I'm bad enough to do that. That's what's up. Do your thing, Sid. Class in session. You take a picture too? Go ahead. All right. Do your thing, boy. All right. Continuing. The first Thanksgiving represents a special camaraderie that existed between distinctly different people from equally different backgrounds. During the time, the Wampanoags and Miles Standish were even able to come to an agreement regarding the land necessary to build the town of Plymouth. Unfortunately, this time of peaceful coexistence was not to last. As more English settlers arrived, the differences in beliefs and cultures became more widely apparent and eventually led to division between the two groups. According to the article, the Pilgrims soon forgot the goodwill and aid afforded them by the original tribe, and clashes for supremacy soon ensued. Thus, the first Thanksgiving is remembered very differently by the two populations of people. You caught that? So, backing up, the original tribe compromised and ate at the table with the pilgrims rather than on their customary mats and furs. Did you catch that part? So there was a moment when you had too many people. That's what I'm getting from what we just read, right? You got too many people, and so now you got people at the same table. So the images of people at the same table has a different, you have a different connotation to it now. You have a different visual, because normally, according to the article, the tribal members would have been on their customary mats and furs, not at the table for the feast. So how'd they get to the table? Brought too many. Well, quote unquote, too many. And so there was a compromise made. How to work it out, because there were so many people. That's how people got to the table. That's an interesting thought. Take it or let it alone. Again, hey, this is new stuff. But I thought today we'd just stretch a little bit and get a little closer to what's really going on. Let's keep on pushing, because I'm feeling pretty good about it. We're learning some things. We learned some things together. So then take it, fast forward it all the way. Just fast forward it, because the history has a way of repeating itself, dig? So the good old Huffington Post, new article out on Thanksgiving week, Native Americans are being tear gassed in North Dakota. Read on, Sid, read on. According to the Huffington Post, Thanksgiving began in the fall of 1621 when a group of Native Americans joined with newly arrived English settlers to create a harvest feast together and protect each other from violence. This year, as Americans pick out their turkeys and count their blessings, members of the Sioux Nation in Standing Rock, North Dakota, reported being attacked with tear gas, rubber bullets, and water cannons in sub-freezing temperatures as they protested an oil pipeline that threatens to contaminate their water and disrupt their sacred sites. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. You wonder why, I take that stance. It's Sidney Rhodes Show. We appreciate you being here. If you wonder, that's what I'm saying. We walking this thing all the way up. Dave asked a question in the chat. Is it 2016? Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Cats, tear gas, rubber bullets, water cannons. Right now. The article was written 2 days ago. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we ain't even had. No, I'm sorry. We ain't at midnight. It was written yesterday. Excuse me. Yesterday. Not 2 days ago. Yes, yesterday. Water hoses, man. That's what. Look. Again, Sid's not coming at you with that stuff about like somebody perfect and somebody this is that and just point fingers. We uncover it all, okay? If a brother man shoot a brother man in the head, there's a problem with that. We can talk about it. I ain't afraid. If there's injustice on any front, we can talk about it. But today, this is what we talking about. And I'm 10 toes in. Holla if you hear me. 917-725-4241. 917-725-4241. That's, man. So, stuff like this is why I didn't do the extra today. Just relax on that whole Thanksgiving thing. Because, history got a way of repeating itself. Be blind to this stuff. The indigenous people will call this day of mourning versus Thanksgiving. This is a day of mourning. That's a more acceptable title for today. A day of mourning versus Thanksgiving. Did you know that? You go to the indigenous people right now, and many of them will recognize this day as the day of mourning, not Thanksgiving. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Stuff is real for cats. Why not open yourself up to feel some of that? Why not? Especially when it can turn out that other things still happen in 2016 as in right now, and then you have to have some context for it if we're going to do it our duty. What's our duty? To speak for the least of these, to be a voice for those that don't have a voice for themselves, to unite with those who are facing injustice. That's our duty. That's our duty. That's the real deal. Well, now that I've said that, let's go back to reading. Huffington Post. So, approximately 300 Native American and non-Native protesters were injured in the 10-hour clash with law enforcement on Sunday evening, according to the Standing Rock Medic and Healer Council, and 26 were taken to hospitals with severe head and limb wounds, eye trauma, internal bleeding, and hypothermia from being doused with water in 22-degree weather. Again, this is an article from Huffington Post, posted 11/23/2016. 11/23/2016. Basically, it's an act of war, said Frank Sanchez, a delegate from the Yacton Sioux tribe, in an interview with the Huffington Post. His quote again, basically, it's an act of war, end quote. The government says the $3.7 billion Dakota Access Pipeline is the safest, most efficient way to carry crude oil from North Dakota to Illinois. But the project has been a rallying point for Native Americans because the pipe would cut under the Missouri River within a mile of the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation, potentially contaminating the local tribe's source of fresh water and encroaching on land that the U.S. government has agreed to set aside for them in a treaty from 1851, the 1851 treaty. Now look, treaty in 1851. Yeah. We gonna squeak on. You got that right. We gonna squeak. There gonna be some squeaking. Class and session. There gonna be some squeaking around here. Yeah, you best believe that. So there's a 3.7, according to the article, $3.7 billion pipeline. It's called the Dakota Access Pipeline. So they're moving oil from North Dakota to Illinois. Can you dig it? Moving oil. So you digging, you got the hookups with the pipes, put the pipes under the ground, you moving the oil, boom, 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 boom. Can you say profit? Okay. Now, hey, I mean, again, there are angles to this. There are angles. Energy independence, not depending on foreign oil. Those buzzwords. We're not going to depend on foreign oil. We're not going to depend on foreign oil. We're going to make sure we got plenty of stuff we do here, get jobs, we got enough that we can do for ourselves, and we don't have to deal with that, and then the price of this and that. Okay? So you get rah. But then there are other people who are saying, oh, hold up, dog. Hold up. Whoa. If you do that, it's going to run underneath the Missouri River, but that's a mile from our reservation. So if there's an accident, which we know happens at times, whether it's off the Gulf Coast in the ocean, whether it's underground, we know there are accidents, right? I mean, okay, that's fair enough. It ain't perfect, right? There are accidents. And if you do this underneath the Missouri River, which is a mile from our reservation, you can contaminate our source of fresh water. Not only that, there was a treaty in 1851. The government said that this land could be set aside for us. So we're going to protest that. So we get out there, we start protesting, and what happens? According to the article, 10-hour clash. 26 people were taken to hospitals, severe head and limb wounds from rubber bullets, eye trauma from the tear gas, internal bleeding and hypothermia from being doused with water in 22-degree weather. Sidney Rhodes Show. You got to know. I mean, I'm just saying. We got to keep it 100. It's Sidney Rhodes Show. How you feel about that? The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Having a great time. Hope we're learning things together, you know. You can join the conversation, 917-725-4241, 917-725-4241. Always you can connect with us on Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow Twitter at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Also feel free to jump with us. Connect and Increase Solutions, LLC. How to better yourself, your company, organization. You're on the right road with the Sidney Rhodes Show. Hope you're having a great night. Hey, we're talking about this Thanksgiving / day of mourning. Hope you're having a great night, enjoying yourself. Get your popcorn and your thinking caps ready. We're coming at you. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate you. How you doing out there? So good to have you at the Sidney Rhodes Show every night from 9 to midnight. Back to our Huffington Post article. We left off with the water hosing and rubber bullets, tear gas. Continuing with the article. The clash between the protesters who call themselves quote-unquote water protectors and the North Dakota law enforcement reached a boiling point on Sunday when force was used to keep protesters off a barricade bridge about a mile south of the pipeline construction site. So we got the construction site about a mile south. There's a barricade and bridge. There's standoff. There it goes down. The Mourning County Sheriff's Department said the demonstrators were being violent. How about that? The Sioux, who have long suffered economically, say the blocked-off bridge is the main access point to their reservation, and they're trying to protect the land and the water that has sustained them for centuries. Pick up on that thought, right? Give it to him again, Sid. Give it to him again. I mean, I think that does deserve a little, yeah. Class in session. Let me give it to you again. The Mourning County Sheriff's Department said the demonstrators were being violent. However, the Sioux, who have long suffered economically, say the blocked-off bridge is their main access point to their reservation, and they are trying to protect their land and water that has sustained them for centuries, according to the article. Quote, "I'm a prisoner of war in my own land," said Sanchez. "That's the only way I can see it. We have the right to hunt, fish, and gather, as we always did, but all the barbed wire fences and posts to keep out have to come down so we can continue living the way we've always lived." End quote. Sanchez, 61, is in Washington, D.C. this week lobbying the federal government on behalf of the Sioux tribes. He is a direct descendant of the man who signed the Treaty of Fort Laramie in 1851. So there's their name of the treaty, Treaty of Fort Laramie, 1851, in which the U.S. government ceded portions of 5 states to the Sioux and agreed to strict rules preventing outsiders from accessing Sioux territory. But Congress soon broke its end of the bargain by seizing the Black Hills of South Dakota in 1877, when gold was discovered there. Stop! This is Sidney Rhodes Show. Y'all gonna force me to take a break. Did you? This is what I'm talking about. Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. So it's cool. Just, you can make deals with me at the first Thanksgiving, end up plotting and taking my thing. We can make deals later on, make treaties with you, and you find some gold, and then it's all out the window. Don't mean nothing no more. That's that, see, man, this is what I'm talking about. Now, that's one perspective. This is an article. It does not have to be the gospel truth. There can be other sides, other ways of looking at this. I'm open to that. I'm open to it. You got to understand, Sidney Rhodes Show. But if this junk here is true, where's the uprising? Let's go back to the article, because so the issue could have been settled years ago, according to the article, years ago. But Sanchez says we don't have money for attorneys to represent us. Keep reading. The government seems to have at least recognized the problem, temporarily suspending construction in Standing Rock. Last week, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers said it needed more time to decide whether to build on Sioux land. In the meantime, the Sioux will be celebrating Thanksgiving alongside hundreds of non-native allies who have joined the protests in South Dakota. Good for them. For the Native Americans, Sanchez said, Thanksgiving is just another day. When we wake up in the morning, we say thank you all day long for creation, for life. Things are beautiful. People are beautiful. Little babies, everything I see. This coffee here is excellent, he said, smiling and pointing at the Starbucks cup in his hand. But people need to realize that these situations still exist in this country. We are not savages, but there have been times when we had to prove that we were human. These wounds need to be addressed and healed in order to really be thankful. Go on, man. Go on with your bad self. What I'm talking about on the Sidney Rhodes Show. Brother Sanchez. That's what I'm talking about, man. Let's read his quote again. I heard it the first time. I want to read it again. I want to do it, and I'm going to do it. Because it's what? It's the what? That it's the doggone Sidney Rhodes Show. Read it again, Sid. Man. Now, he first set it up by saying, every day you give thanks. Right? Every day. When we wake up in the morning, we say thank you all day long for creation, for life. Things are beautiful. People are beautiful. Little babies, everything I see. So he gave it up for just the reality. Hey, got something to be thankful for. Then he hit him with the but. What'd he say, Sid? Brother Sanchez. But people need to realize that these situations still exist in this country. We are not savages, but there have been times when we had to prove we were human. These wounds need to be addressed and healed in order to really be thankful. One love. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Hey, glad you're with us. So, check it. Remember Brother Sanchez said they didn't have money for attorneys, right? Didn't have the money for attorneys, even though this is crucial. This is about a treaty. This is about the fresh water. This is about their promise, their agreement. This is about being able to live, survive, fighting for the babies, be treated as human. But in order to get this worked out, you need some, got to get in law involved because you had a treaty. They say you don't have money for attorneys. Now, keeping that in mind, the Washington Post. Damage from water and hungry beetles have spurred a $7.5 million restoration project of the Mayflower 2. It's a replica, y'all. It's a replica of the original Mayflower that brought the Pilgrims. Brother Sanchez ain't got money for attorneys for the babies. Holla if you hear me. $7.5 million restoration for a replica of from the Washington Post. Its hull is rotting. Beetles are gorging themselves, Thanksgiving style, on some of its timbers, and half of what lies beneath the waterline needs replacing. According to the article, we have issues all over the ship, said Whit Perry, Director of Maritime Preservation Operations at the Plymouth Plantation, which maintains the replica that Britain built and sailed to the United States as a gift of friendship in 1957. She needs major structural frame repair and planking, he said. Without a project of this magnitude now, her days would be numbered, and that would be tragic, is his quote. Over the next 2.5 years, skilled craftsmen with the Henry P. DuPont Preservation Shipyard at Connecticut's Mystic Seaport will complete a $7.5 million overhaul to get the vessel ship shape for the 400th anniversary festivities in 2020. Holla if you hear me. An estimated 25 million people from around the globe have boarded the 60-year-old ship. Generations of school children have clambered above and below decks to learn about the original Mayflower and the hardy settlers it carried to the New World. But this Thanksgiving, there's nothing but an empty slip on the waterfront near Plymouth Rock where the national treasure usually sits. It won't return until 2019 from Dry Dock in Mystic, where a live webcam has been set up to provide 24-hour views of the reconstruction. So don't y'all stop watching and listening to the Sidney Rhodes show to watch the 24-hour live feed between now and 2019 from the dock at Mystic of the repairs on the replica Mayflower 2. Continuing with the article from the Washington Post, this is an opportunity to preserve a piece of history and allow millions more people to experience her. Immigration journeys, where we come from, they are profound. These are profound questions, and they're really relevant in our current political climate. Let's pause right there. Just pause there for a second. Remember what I was talking about earlier when I was sipping on my water? And I was talking about, like feeling like you can't express your story. But you see how easily it is when other human beings just naturally tell the story. Hey, this is a place where school children can come. And I'm not knocking it. No, hear me now. Sidney Rhodes Show, we try to be fair all the way around. I'm just saying, do you see how easily, you can just talk about it? Hey, here's a ship. Even though it's a replica, it means something part of the history. We don't lose the history. This is important. This is vital to keeping the story around. We even setting up a webcam so you can watch the renovations because millions of people have taken part of these tours, right? So we have to keep the history alive, right? So the plantation spokeswoman, that's what I'm just reading what the Post called it. I'm just saying. She says this is important. It's an opportunity to preserve a piece of history and allow millions more to experience her, talking about the ship. She says these are profound questions, and they're really relevant. What? Immigration? Journeys? Apologize before it's a journal. Journeys? Keeping the history intact. But intrinsic, for those of you who want to keep your thinking caps on, just remember earlier in this program, and if you missed it, catch it on demand. The shows are on demand every day. You can go through them at your leisure. Study it. But earlier tonight, we talked about how it just feels like, you kind of feels like you can't talk about certain things. If you're from one culture, that's old. Water under the bridge. Don't bring it up. Oh, but this is about all of us. Oh, that's what you want me to believe. Okay, that's cool. Well, then the other's about all of us too. Holla if you hear me. And so I'm going to keep on telling the stories. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road with the Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road with the Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. So glad you're here. Yeah, so you say to yourself, well, what are some things that we can do? And sometimes that, again, just like the protests that they're having right there, Brother Sanchez and all that, and he's lobbying, he's going to Washington, he's been petitioning, trying to raise funds so he can deal with it with it properly in the courts, etc. And again, so the Rhodes Show is not claiming that we have all the facts. So there's multiple ways of looking at things. That's our principle on every subject we talk about. There's a lot going on, chess versus checkers. We're cool with that. We're cool with that. But when we talk about protests and things like that, once again, get the facts straight, what's going on. But then there's a risk, and that's what we've been communicating, collaborating with on this program. There's a risk. Cats end up in the hospital. Back in the day, Billy Club, German Shepherds. Now, just the other day, right? Hypothermia, eye injury from tear gas, and all that kind of nonsense. It's a real deal. So be prepared. But some things obviously we're fighting for, And one of the things is just when we get our mental right, we get our mental right and connected properly, right? That's part of the joy of us coming together on this program. Get our mental right. It'll have you do things like, like today when I was like, hey, I just ain't gonna do that Thanksgiving thing, But that provides an opportunity for tonight's program, right? It provides an opportunity to say, well, why not? Well, what's up with this dude? I knew he was a little off, but dang. Take my picture. I knew he was a little off, but dang. You see what I'm saying? But that's cool. But then it gives an opportunity to express. Now, I say that in jest to say what? The same thing would be true in your household. Well, why aren't we going to go in debt tomorrow buying a bunch of gifts? It's an opportunity for conversation. And maybe that's a start for certain people. Maybe you can't just jump in the car and go out and protest in Dakota somewhere. Maybe that's not your thing. Okay, but maybe you can talk about, hey, well, we gonna give thanks every day. We are blessed and we count our blessings, but this is National Day of Mourning, and there are other people in the fabric, the human thread, and I'm feeling their pain right now. And so I'm going to just join in that, and I'm going to do me like that. And for me and my household, we going cool with that. We going to just be cool with that because it's National Day of Mourning. It's like that. What you mean? What you talking about? It provides opportunity. So I really appreciate you been here tonight and us chopping it up the way we did. I mean, it's good stuff. Good stuff. We're in our third hour, and I know we covered a lot of ground with this. A lot of things make you think, And hey, maybe we just scratching the surface. Really? Maybe we are. Maybe it's much, much deeper than all of that, But that's the beautiful part of the Sidney Rhodes Show. We're not afraid to go deep, 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 deep. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. It's the Sidney Rhodes Show. Hey, that's what I say. I get down to the nitty and the gritty. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Thank you for being here. Salon.com. Salon.com. There's an article there. Thanksgiving, a day of mourning for Native Americans. Native Americans are still here, and Thanksgiving is a day of remembrance and activism for us. The author here of the article on Salon.com provided a poem by Adele Hedge Coke. It's pretty deep, y'all. I'm going to offer a little bit for you. Stay tuned. Sidney Rhodes Show. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. So from Salon.com, Miss Allie Joseph, who is Native American, she provided a great piece here, and she begins: plagues, fires, taking from giving. These are the associations many of my relatives have with traditional American Thanksgiving, all the way back to our ancestors. This history of generosity and hospitality by the original people of these lands that were taken away, and we who were destroyed by illness, is well articulated in the Native American poet Allison Adele Hedge Koch's poem, America I Sing Back. She provided it in the article. I'd like to give you a little portion of it. Oh, before America began to sing, I sung her to sleep, held her cradleboard, wept her into day. My song gave her creation, prepared her delivery. held her severed cord beautifully beaded. My song helped her stand, held her hand for first steps, nourished her very being, fed her, placed her 3 sisters strong. Oh, but here I am. Here I am. Here. I remain high on each and every peak, carefully rumbling her great underbelly, prepared to pour forth singing, and sing again I will, as I have always done. Coke's poem concludes. America will make herself over. My song will make it so. When she grows far past her self-considered purpose, I will sing her back, sing her back. I will sing, oh, I will, I do. America, I sing back what sung you in. Sidney Rhodes Show. Allison, Adele, Hedge, Coke, America, I sing back. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road with the Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. That was a great voyage tonight. It's really a great voyage. Appreciate you being here. We're here every night, 9 to midnight. Oh, gotta have your popcorn and your thinking caps ready. Yeah, it's a great tour. Great tour. Stretch. I learned some things tonight too. Really great. And we can advocate for the least of these, which, and many times we all fit that. And, in that position, it's not easy. So you help out and you speak on behalf of, and then we network. And this is not, my thing is not an us versus them. It's almost like an us fixing the us that's defeating ourselves in many ways. We got a lot of that. A lot of things that we do to ourselves, and a lot of it, knowledge, right? The truth, and truth shall set you free, make you free. Put you in a different perspective, and open up your eyes. You're blind, now you see, that kind of thing. So this is a process for all of us, though, and you commit yourself to it so that you can do more of what you have. Like, what's in it for me? I go through all that. Okay, it benefits you. You become better. You're able to teach your children, your loved ones. They become better. In the days that we spend on this planet, maybe we can be more fruitful as we multiply. We can bear some good fruit. We can do some things to touch some people. And now, what's so bad about that, right? What's so bad about that? Spread a little love with some understanding, and allow ourselves to stand in the gap. Allow ourselves to stand in the gap. It ain't easy there. Now, that's a strange place. Not eating turkey today, that's a strange place. But I hope we've made you think about it a little bit. And hey, maybe next year you'll say, hey, for this year, it's gonna be, I'm gonna take part at National Day of Mourning. I'm not gonna use that day without being more sensitive. I'm still going to be thankful. I'm still going to realize that I'm blessed, and, I'm going to do that every day. But on that day, I'm going to set that aside to maybe not deal with the overhyped this or misguided that. Maybe I'm going to use a different perspective next year. Hey, try it out. You might like it. Sidney Rhodes Show. Hey, you can always connect with us on Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Also, follow us Twitter at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. We really appreciate that. You can call in, chat with us live, 917-725-4241. We will be back at you 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, 9 to 12. All the programs are on demand. So you can go to the Facebook page and you can parse them out, share them with your family, friends, loved ones. Hey, and even if you find ways to debate, things that challenge you or things you don't agree with, questions, hey, feel free. Feel free. This is a community of dialogue, community of understanding. On the for real. We get to the nitty and the gritty because you're on the right road with the Sidney Rhodes Show, and that's a good place to be. Also, you can go to YouTube, type in the Sidney Rhodes Show, right there, boom, check it out. You have it right there at your fingertips, and you can study it, you can share it, write down your questions, thoughts. If you have show ideas, get at us. Increase Solutions, helping to benefit yourself, your company, organization. And Increase Solutions is also looking to help you, to help your company, right? So there are a lot of people out there trying to get national exposure, trying to really make a big splash in this world, and you should network with us because we don't mind. You call and maybe we can put some things together where you're able to express what you've got, and we talk about it and rap a taste on it. Help you get out there. And if it's something I'm digging, I might just, do that every now and then for you. No big deal, help each other, no problem. So we'll see, just rap about it, but it's all possible. And there are a lot of you out there, again, I was saying show ideas, but there's also a lot of talent out there. And if you want to be able to have a platform to express, hey, get on, because this train is moving, and you don't want to be sitting on the side watching and then it get that big and you're saying, well, I saw it was going to happen, but I didn't. I see, wait a minute. trust and believe it's going there. So you might as well get it where the getting is good. And that's real talk. Hey, I love you. Thank you for being here. Sidney Rhodes Show, 9 to midnight, every night. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show.